Do you want more misunderstood movies and madcap slumber party fun? Well, join us. Join our supercore at patreon.com/cinema-insomnia. You can get exclusive perks and help us make this 16th season your favorite Cinema Insomnia season ever. Become one of our patrons. Patrons? Patreons.
Patreons.
Patrons.
Patrons?
I think you're a patron at Patreon. Yeah, I believe that's how that goes.
Does Tron go to Patreon?
Oh, I hope so. I love Tron. Patreon.com/cinema-insomnia.
This space for rent. This signal space to your ears for rent. This space between your ears for rent.
Do you have a product, service, website, company? Propose, perhaps? No, we don't want to do that, right?
If you can't propose?
Well, I mean, if you really wanted to propose...
It would be encased forever.
Johnny says, will you marry me, Susie? We could do that, sure.
Yeah, sure.
Why not? If you have a product or service or whatever to promote, people, especially that you want to promote to our listeners, why not become a sponsor?
A sponsor, you say?
Yeah, a sponsor of this program. Contact Mr. Lobo at his personal email. I'm giving this out right now just for you, okay? Right. Don't tell anyone, all right?
Whisper it.
Mr. Lobo, that's MRLOBO, at cinemainsomnia.com. CINEMAINSOMNIA.com.
That sounds so sexy.
Yes. Mr. Lobo at cinemainsomnia.com. Contact me and we will get you on the air. We will talk about your stuff.
Your stuff. I believe this is the point where we start the program. Right?
Oh, that's right. So why don't we get this program started? All systems go.
Hurrah.
Attention, sleepless nights. Thank you for consuming this OSI 74 product broadcast live from the Black Knight satellite. For optimum performance and safety, your host, Mr. Lobo, asks that you please listen to these instructions carefully. When in a hospital or other healthcare facility, observe the restrictions on the use of electronic devices. Switch off before boarding an aircraft to prevent interference with communications systems. Do not operate this device in the presence of flammable gases or fumes, chemical plants, or where blasting operations are in progress. Always listen hands-free while driving a vehicle. Failure to observe these instructions may lead to immediate termination. It's time now for the show to begin. Thank you. Have a very pleasant evening.
Ready in 3, 2, 1.
You're not dreaming. You're listening to the Sleepless Nights podcast. I'm your humble host, Mr. Lobo, and we are here at OSI HQ, broadcasting live from the Black Knight satellite, and we are...
Well, that's what he would have said if he's actually here, but I'm here alone with Miss Mittens. Mr. Lobo stepped out, and I'm filling some space. Get it? Because we're in a satellite? Yeah. So what do you have to say about this, Miss Mittens? Perfect. So what do we fill this space with? I mean, what do you guys want to listen to? I mean, I can stutter all throughout the whole thing, or I could rap. I'm not sure which I just did. But, I don't know. Let's see here. I can make Lobo stutter. Let's see here. Shit, I got like 9 minutes to fill before the first break. Yeah. Hold on. Let me finish my 57th can of Monster. Apparently it's already finished. Sorry about that. Sorry, Miss Mittens. How about we do? How about I look up some stuff here? Maybe we can find something in the archive to entertain the brain. I mean, it's kind of fun because I guess I could say, I'm not neither to Mr. Lobo's left or right. God, where the hell did he go? So you're listening to the, this is the 16th episode, if I'm counting right. I mean, if you've listened to the show before, we don't count right a lot of times. So let's see what more they have to say here.
Satellite, and we are talking here. We're talking about doing a podcast. This is the pilot for the podcast.
That's it. We're doing a pilot,
To my
but we're not
right
doing a pilot.
is Mr. Paul Sanders.
I remember
Bestow
that.
TV.
I remember being
Hello,
to his
Paul.
right.
I think that's me.
I think that is you.
That's you too. Paul.
Yeah, so does Lobo.
Somehow, for some reason, thought it was okay to not wear pants to the studio.
And I
I'm
still
comfortable
not.
wearing pants.
Yep.
But I'm not comfortable when you're not wearing.
It's not
pants.
about your level of comfort.
It's
I mean,
not?
no. I mean, like, look at all the great directors. Hitchcock always put his actresses on edge and stuff. This is me keeping you on top of your game.
Yes, apparently I think I'm Hitchcock. I don't know why I would think that. Shit, he's not back yet. What do you think about that, Miss Mittens? Yeah. There's going to be an hour of this crap. Let me see what else I can dig out of the archive here. Give me a moment here. Here we go. Found something. How about a Mr. Lobo Does? I'll pull up one of these. We can listen to that. I'll do some director's commentary on it. And you can add in whatever you want to, Miss Mittens. All right, and away we go. Hopefully this plays. Oh, look, an ad. Look at YouTube. You're playing an ad. Hashtag not sponsored. So he hit the clock, and in association with that pantsless producer, for those who can't read this, he hits the clock again. Now, this was our Pretty Woman intro, a little callback to 80s comedies. I bet you guys didn't think you were going to tune into this kind of crappy episode. I mean, the best episode ever. And yes, it's Mr. Lobo Does Valentine's Day. Not quite sure why I picked an episode that has absolutely no dialogue in it. Made sense at the time, I guess. I know visual stuff works really good for audio, right? Yeah, this isn't going to work. Let me see what else I can find here. Here we go. Here's some with a little bit of dialogue. Instant classic. Let's see here. Sing-along creative continuity with Paul Freeman. Yes, we got Paul Freeman on the podcast, guys. And we start with the Toyota. God damn it, YouTube. Hashtag not sponsored.
Full-size Tundra, ranked a top 10 best resale value vehicle by KBB.com.
Holy shit.
And Tacoma, designed for all your off-road adventures, and plenty of options to customize yours.
You customize
For a limited
that,
time, lease a Tacoma from $299 a month, or buy with as low as...
If you go down in the woods today, you better go in disguise.
Cha-cha.
If you go down in the woods today, you're in for a big surprise.
Cha-cha.
For every bear that ever there was will gather there for certain, because today's the day the teddy bears
Sing
have
along,
their
everybody.
Picnic time for teddy bears. The little teddy bears are having a lovely day today.
Woohoo.
Watch them gaily unawares and see them picnic on their holiday. Watch them gaily get about. They love to play and shout, they never have any cares. At 6 o'clock, their mamas and daddies would take them home to bed because they're tired little teddy bears. There you are. That's never been seen or heard before.
Okay, well, I think I just picked something that Lobo really didn't speak, and didn't really make a good replacement, I guess. Oh, look at the time. It is time to go to those ads, and maybe I can try to make the show less crappy a little bit later. Stay tuned.
Universal Pictures brings you Sidney Poitier in The Lost Man.
The Lost Man spells action on the widescreen.
A stands for the fast-paced action.
C is for color, black and white drama in Technicolor.
T is for the times and mood in today's black community.
I is for the exciting individuals in The Lost Man. Academy Award winner Sidney Poitier, Joanna Shimkus, Al Freeman Jr., and Michael Toland, supported by a highly talented cast.
O is for the original music by Quincy Jones.
N is for now, the time to see The Lost Man.
A-C-T-I-O-N, The Lost Man means action.
See Sidney Poitier in his most exciting role in Universal's The Lost Man.
The Lost Man is rated M.
Ready? In 3, 2... Why am I counting? I'm the only one here. Welcome back to the Wakeless Dawn. I really wish I listened to him more when he did the intros. How did he say this? Welcome back to the podcast. I am here by myself. Mr. Lobo has stepped out for whatever reason, and yeah, he put Miss Mittens in charge, and I can kind of understand why Miss Mittens got the higher rank than I did, because I suck at this. I did some rummaging around during the break, and I found hopefully, well, look at this picture. Well, no, don't look at this picture. You can't see this picture. How about this footage? I found some footage here. I thought maybe we could listen to me direct Lobo in some scenes, and maybe we'll actually listen to the scene. Here we go. Being high on the... Oops. Oh, and yeah, that was apparently it. That was the entire clip. I should have looked at that 3 seconds. Sorry, folks. Let's find something a little bit better. Maybe something that give him more stage direction would be really grand. Let's try the next one. Are we rolling? Are we rocking? And I'm still here, so I can provide commentary if I want. He's ready.
Okay, and this is going to be a one take, right? So
He's going to do it in one take while I'm rolling
right?
camera.
Audio file is 003.
Audio file is 003, folks.
I mean, once I open the box, it's over.
It's over.
It's over.
Sure that the audio is going
So
to
I
be okay
guess,
this time around.
do we want to just test the audio one more time?
Maybe let's test the audio one more time since it was low the first time.
Okay.
Versus another audio.
That's it. We're going to go test the audio. Riveting shit here, folks.
Well, hey there, Internet.
I'm allowed to say
That's
shit,
how
right,
we
Miss
talk,
Mittens?
right?
Yeah, I
Greetings,
knew you'd
guys.
let me.
Hey, guys. We're all guys, right? Well, a lot of you have been asking for some new videos from Mr. Lobo, but we don't want to see you hosting a movie. That's so dull and old-fashioned. We want to see
Speaking
you
of
doing
videos,
things that
we
you
really
don't
need to get
have
back
to
to doing
write
videos
or
at some
work
point
hard
in
on. Because nobody likes to try hard. Can you just do something that just wastes a lot of time and doesn't make a lot of sense, like everybody else on the internet? Well, Mr. Lobo has decided to, today, make your dreams come true. Mr. Lobo's going to do one of these unboxing videos. And there is Romana with the box that I got from the P.O. Box. This is P.O. Box 74 at Glen, PA 19310, and this is from W. Colcourt. Oh, we want to scratch him out. We don't want you to see his
Now he's
address.
scratching it out so you can't see
But
the address.
I guess I should have looked at it.
Theater of the
before
mind,
I
folks.
Scratched it out.
Theater
But
of the
It
mind.
was from W. Colcourt, W, our good friend W. So I'm going
George
to go ahead
W?
and open this up. And I've got a lot of tools here. I'm going to put on my safety goggles first because I don't want to get
He's got his
shard
safety
of
goggles, and now he puts
cardboard
them on
or
his
glass in my
face.
eye. And we're going to do this.
We're going to do this. But we're not, because this was just a run-through.
All right, so we're going to test the audio on that.
I was going to say I thought I was Romana on that, but I think Dixie was actually Romana in that take, by the way. I have a sometimes. Get out of here, you stink bug. That was our special guest, Stink Bug. God, he's still not back yet. Wow. Let's see what else I can dig up here. Please not be porn. Please not be porn. Please don't be porn. Look at that. Let's try to find some footage. Baltimore Comic-Con 2017. Let's give this a run through here. There's some footage in here of interviews, not yet released. We have a huge collection of things that apparently we like to shoot a lot of things and not release them. It's just for just to practice for the real time when we actually have to put something out there. Well, Lobo's better at putting stuff out there. I like to sit on these things until they're like rotten grapes. Let's see what this is. Please don't be porn. Please don't be porn. Okay, that's not porn. But that's not Lobo either. Musical interlude here. How about what is this? What is this? What is this? What? Okay, ready? And 3, 2. Oh, I'm gonna hit the button. Well, that's promising. There is no audio on this. Ooh, that could suck. Let me double click on this thing. I'm on a nice, brand new Commodore 64. Yes, pick up a brand new Commodore 64 at your local Radio Shack today for the low price of whatever they cost at that time. Still no audio. That's not good. Oh, shit. Let's try maybe here. Yeah. I should have tested this stuff during the break, you'd think. Well, you know what they say, dead air is good air. So let's moving on. Apparently I'm not playing that clip whatsoever. We just get some buzz. Let me try another file. Here we go. Here's Mr. Lobo and this guy.
To tell you your birthday on the air,
that's cool.
Or read letters.
What do we have? We didn't have any of that.
You didn't have any of that, and then they would show. Okay, we're ready. So where were we? Dun 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 dun.
You know what's so funny? My first episode I watched was the one where Jason was driving up the Serpents. That's the first one. I thought, wow, that car is wicked.
Yeah,
wicked. And I remember I really shouldn't talk about it, but I'm doing a job that involved something with those guys.
Oh, yeah, with the Gotcha Man
I don't know
guys?
what you're talking about, but something, well, I know why I'm talking about it, but we're not going to talk about it.
Well, we shouldn't talk about it.
We're talking about it, but we're not talking about it.
We're just talking about it.
So I went to a meeting, and when I told them that he was Italian and an orphan, they were like, what? And I go, how are you guys writing a series and not know who the people are? Like, what's going on here? So I really know my stuff. I know my people. You do know your stuff.
It's good to know your stuff. Now, it's interesting because I feel like that format serves a lot of shows.
Absolutely.
There's always the princess, there's always the tubby guy,
the big guy.
There's always the rogue.
Or robot, tiny
and
little
the
kid
hero.
who's talking too much or not enough,
there's always the spaz.
Yeah.
It's like the hero, the rogue, the princess, the tubby guy, and the spaz.
Well, you know, but he wasn't the spaz in the original series. He was super intelligent.
Yeah.
And he had too much dialogue, so they made him that. Yeah, they made him do the because they didn't want to write any of his dialogue. He talked too much.
See, isn't that typical?
Isn't that typical?
Yeah.
I'm lazy, so I'm going to make him dumb. That's what we're going to do. We're going to make him dumb.
That's like the American school system.
I
don't
didn't
understand
I'm Canadian. I don't know what he's talking about.
So that was Mr. Lobo, and apparently he's interviewing file number 8459. Yes, so I'm so high tech to keep the actual names of the people that he's interviewing that I didn't even bother to name the file. Awesome stuff. Actually, here we go. If I go to 8458, there should be an intro if I directed him right. And action.
Ready? If I don't get a commission, I'm going to blame it on you.
Go ahead and do your intro.
Okay. Are we recording, Paul?
I think so.
Okay. This is Mr. Lobo, and I'm here at Baltimore Comic-Con with Ken Lashley.
Ken Lashley!
Artist extraordinaire.
That's who this is.
Yes, I am.
I thought I knew this guy.
Myself. I have T-shirts at home that says so I guess it must be true.
Now, you've worked on a lot of stuff, a lot of big projects, big titles, big characters, a lot of X-Men.
A lot of X-Men stuff.
Do you have any favorites?
Colossus is my favorite character, so anything with Colossus in is awesome by me. So if you notice, every time I draw Colossus, he's always in the front and center. Even if he's not even in the story. No, it's okay. I just like Colossus.
It's all about Colossus.
Always Colossus all the time.
That's right. Well, Colossus is here today, right?
Yeah. So I've seen.
I want to bring him a little juice box and see if he'll drink out of it.
You think he'll do it?
I don't know.
I don't think he'll do it.
Probably not.
Probably not.
Yeah. And we were talking about food earlier.
Yep.
We're talking about biscuits and gravy.
Yep. Somebody brought me some biscuits and gravy today.
What the heck?
Yeah, and you can't have
this
any.
mic is still
Oh
hot.
man! See, now we have a biscuit robot rule in our house.
Robot rule?
Yeah, don't talk about biscuits or robots unless you've got some.
You know, that's an awesome rule.
Is that a good?
A little crazy.
It is a little crazy.
But I like that idea,
But you get too excited if someone says biscuits and then there isn't any.
And robots the same way. I'm with you on the robots.
Yeah,
thing.
exactly.
I went to Japan. I bought a lot of robots. I bought a whole suitcase full of robots. Don't tell customs I said that. I am not joking.
Now's the time to buy.
I bought some crazy stuff. I bought I bought an extra piece of luggage just full of robots.
Wow. You like kaiju? You like that
I like
kind
all
of stuff?
kinds of stuff.
Like Ultraman and
Gamera
all that kind of
was my favorite
Oh,
growing up.
Gamera? Yeah.
Gamera. First
You
thing I bought.
know the song? Gamera.
You gonna do it?
No?
Are you
Gamera.
I'm not gonna sing it because I have a terrible singing voice.
Gamera is
I don't
filled
know
with
it.
meat, right?
No, I don't think
that how
that's
it goes?
Like, I don't think that's how it goes.
Gamera is really neat. Gamera is filled with meat.
I'm rethinking my love of Gamera all of a sudden. I don't know why that's true.
We'll be eating Gamera, right?
Gamelons.
Gamelons. Planet bombs.
Yeah.
Gamelons.
That's right.
Star Blazers.
That's right.
Did you watch that as a kid?
Of course I did.
Yes?
Yes.
Sorry, I killed your brother, Wildstar.
I love the way you think.
I just went there.
I love that.
Yeah. So,
what's up?
That was a good cartoon.
I love that cartoon.
Yeah. Now, did you watch that on broadcast TV or
I did
on old tapes or what?
It was where I grew up in Canada. It came on right after G-Force.
Oh, Battle of the Planets.
And of course, my mother wouldn't let me watch it because she was taping Young and the Restless.
Oh my God!
So it was a sad day when I knew it was on the other channel.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, my kids today they get to say, "Oh, we just taped that and watch it later." No,
they're so spoiled and entitled.
Rotten thing.
G-Force.
Absolutely. You know, so funny. I got.
We're cutting. Now we have to see. Paul's cutting us off now.
That's
we were
it, Paul.
rolling so good.
Paul, that's it, Paul. I've had enough of your attitude. Paul is.
Now you know what the shit I have to deal with. Well, look at the time. It's just time for another break, and hopefully he comes back really soon because most of you guys are probably tuned out by now. But stay hot glued into your seat as we continue with the sleepless dawn of knighthood from beyond.
The fine family-run space for oddities, collectibles, retro kitsch, antiques.
Don't you mean eclectic crap?
We like to say one-of-a-kind items, Paul.
Ah.
Area 707. That's Area 707, located inside Cackleberry Antique Mall in Paradise, Pennsylvania. Please visit our Facebook page, facebook.com/Area707PA. That's facebook.com/Area707PA. Come see us. There's Cinema Insomnia merchandise there too, and
eclectic crap.
That's right, at Area 707.
Hey, Mr. Lobo.
Oh, Paul, what's up?
I have a question here about this memo that I got from you. It says that BESTOW TV now needs a commercial?
Oh, whoever wrote that should get fired, I think.
I'm not quite sure what to put into said commercial.
For BESTOW TV, I mean, you just talk about your channel.
Like creative continuity and its sister show bonus content?
Right, all the convention culture and the interviews with celebrities and all that stuff, sure.
Well, I guess I could also mention the cosplay montages, cos-tunes?
Cos-tunes, right. Astonishing cosplay montage set to an epic soundtrack.
I guess there's convention rewind, too.
Those are great. We've run those on OSI 74.
So I guess that's all I need, so I guess all I have...
Are you sure? Because I think there's one other show that you produced for a BESTOW.
I don't know what you're talking about.
With Mr. Lobo.
Yeah,
that we do together, the thing that we do. Remember all those videos we did?
Oh, like Mr. Lobo does.
Yes, Mr. Lobo does, of course.
That's awesome. I'm going to get right on this, and I'm going to write up the script.
Hey, wait, Paul. You forgot to tell him to go to BESTOW.tv. Idiot.
Like, seriously. Like, why would you leave me here by myself? Why? Like, I can't do a whole show by myself. I can't. Oh, we're recording. Oh. Why didn't you tell me you hit the button, Miss Mittens? What? That wasn't funny. It wasn't funny at all. All right, well, I found a nice little piece here. We may have talked about it in a past episode. As a matter of fact, I think we did talk about a past episode. It's probably, this is a creative continuity interview, hashtag, plugged. This guy came up to us at random and just said, "Are you guys doing interviews?" And we said, "Yeah." And he said, "Interviewing." So this is the infamous Chris.
And action. This is Mr. Lobo for Creative Continuity, and I'm here at Baltimore Comic-Con with Chris.
Yep.
Chris, tell me all about it. I know you're a super fan. You're checking everything out. Tell me about the show.
Well, it's good. It's a lot better than some of the bigger cons. It's got art. I like the art. It's got some interviews and things like that. And it's great. Much better than some of the bigger ones.
Who are your favorite artists?
I like Mark Silvestri, Frank Miller, a little older school.
Are you hoping to see Frank Miller here this weekend?
Yeah, he's here. Should be good.
You gonna get something signed, maybe?
The line's not too long.
Yeah. You gonna see Linda Carter sing?
I don't know about that. Is that happening?
I think that's happening tonight.
Okay.
Yeah. Did you ever watch Wonder Woman?
No, that's a little before my time.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I feel so old. Man, I had a huge crush on Wonder Woman. Absolutely.
Nice.
Yeah, Linda Carter. She was it. That was the one.
Good.
Yeah, I was saving myself for Wonder Woman.
Okay.
What happened?
Okay.
It's a sad
TMI.
story. So, what do you hope to do this weekend? You got something on your checklist?
Just hang out in Baltimore and see the show.
Where are you from originally?
Oh, we're from the East Coast, so local.
Oh, okay. So you're local.
Yeah.
You come to this show every year?
Yeah, every once in a while, something to do.
Every once in a while? Once in a while? Did you buy anything?
Just looking right now.
Looking right now?
Yeah, trying to see what's
What do you
out
look
there.
at? Toys, comics?
Just artwork, things like that, yeah.
Would you try to get originals?
Oh, no.
No?
Just prints, that kind of thing.
Prints?
Yeah. How about you?
Me, I love to take it all in. I love to talk to the artists. I got a few comic books.
Okay.
I like toys. I like movies. I like movie memorabilia.
Yeah.
I like posters.
Where are you at on Force Awakens?
Where am I at with Force Awakens?
Yeah.
I liked it.
Who's interviewing
I
who
thought
here?
it just got us up to. I just got the bad taste of the prequels out of me.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, definitely.
I feel like I like Rogue One better.
I did too. It was a good movie.
Riveting stuff.
Yeah.
So this next one's going to be really say a lot.
I don't know. Are we even allowed to talk
Yeah,
about this? I
J.J.
thought we
Abrams,
established
I
this
look
from the
forward
very
to it.
Look
beginning
forward to J.J. Abrams coming back.
that we
Well, how about you?
can't talk about this subject.
I'm not sure.
Apparently, Chris
I mean,
can talk about
I
this.
think that I think that I think the problems that he had were not his fault. I think that there are too many cooks in the kitchen, perhaps.
Well, they're firing directors left and right.
Well, usually with a movie is a director's movie, and in the case of this, it's not. It's a producer's movie. And the producers are in control of it, and so it's not really I don't think they're going to really let anyone have their vision. With the star, it's too protected. The franchise is too important.
Yeah.
There's always going to be a lot of cooks in the kitchen. You tell them whoever the director is, they're going to be a puppet for whatever Disney or whatever agendas they have.
That's true.
Kathleen Kennedy or whoever else.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Good. Nice talking to you.
Yeah, good talking to you
Good
too.
seeing
I hope
you.
you enjoyed the show.
Yeah, you too as
All
well.
right, thanks,
Enjoy
Chris.
Baltimore. Thanks.
All right, this is Mr. Lobo signing off with Chris for Creative Continuity. We bring the convention to you.
So yeah, that was the infamous Chris. Riveting stuff here. Exclusive How about that? How about that? An exclusive. You heard it here first on the podcast, and you'll probably never see it anywhere else because I doubt that this is going to leave the vault in any way. But yeah, that was Mr. Lobo's interview with Chris, or Chris's interview with Mr. Lobo. I'm not really sure which we're looking at. Fill some space, fill some space, fill some space. I know. Hey, Google. Tell me more about Chris. And dead air, because dead air is good air. Great. Let's try that again. Hey, Google. Tell me more about Chris.
According to Wikipedia, Christopher Maurice Brown is an American singer, songwriter, and actor.
Now you know. This was not the Chris that we interviewed, but it's a Chris, I guess. Hey, Google. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck something?
Here's a summary from the website futurism.com. They estimated that if wood filled the hole instead of dirt, the industrious animal would have chucked about 700 pounds worth.
And now you know. And you know that knowing is half of a skirmish in Italy. Fill some space. Crap. Let's see here. Let's see what I have. Doobie-doobie-doo. How about... Hey, Miss Mittens, can you hum a few bars? Awesome. Apparently stink bugs have infiltrated the satellite here, and I'm getting bombarded. Hey, Google! How do you get rid of stink bugs?
Actually, you have two alarms. Which do you want to cancel? The one for the 2nd of April at 7 p.m. that is going off right now, or the one for the 3rd of April at noon that is going off right now?
Apparently Google has talked to my GPS, and there's just this communication factor.
Which did you want to cancel?
Neither. I want you to shut the fuck up.
I'm still not sure which one to cancel, so here are those choices again.
Oh.
The one for the 2nd of April at 7 p.m. that is
Holy
going off
shit.
right now, or the one for the 3rd of April at noon that is going off right now. You can also say, never mind.
How come there are alarms going off right now, but there's no guards? Cancel them both.
I'm still having trouble understanding. There might be noise in the background.
Miss Mittens, tell Google what to do. Great Philadelphia Comic-Con. Here we go. How about some stuff from Great Philadelphia Comic-Con? By the airing of this, Mr. Lobo and I will be at the Great Philadelphia Comic-Con, #plugged, on April 28th, 27th, 28th, 29th. If you're there, say hi. If you're not there, don't say anything at all. We'll understand. Let's see here. Fill some space, fill some space, fill some space. Of course, nothing is labeled. That is all cos-tunes stuff. Hey, Google! Hum me a few bars.
I don't understand.
Perfect. Glad you could help. Fill some space, fill some space. My word, I knew we did some interviews. Here we go. How about this guy? I don't know who this guy is. I have no clue who we could be interviewing in this segment, but you could probably guess who he is right now.
It's been endured enough. Yeah.
All right, so Disney, if you're listening.
Okay, all right.
And action. Hold on.
Oh, that was awesome. Let's try the next one.
And action.
Disney, if you're listening, if you want to get Colin Baker in your project, contact him now.
And it crashed again. Oh.
Big just be me.
Let's do it before
I'm pretty obnoxious.
Ready?
Okay.
And action.
So Disney, if you're listening, if you want to have Colin Baker in Star Wars, you can cast him, contact his agent or manager for Jabba the Hutt's Dodd in episode 12, or brother, right?
Or mother.
Or mother.
I don't mind, I'm not fussy.
He's flexible.
Yep.
So get Colin Baker now. I want to go find my old Doctor Who comic books. I'm sure someone is selling those same issues out there on the floor.
I'm sure they are.
And I want to come back here and have Colin Baker.
That's me.
Here's my microphone.
Your microphone.
That's me.
That's you, Colin Baker.
I'm Colin Baker.
I want to go. I'm going to go try to retrieve some of my old Doctor Who comic books from some of these vendors.
Go for it.
And I want to come back here and have Colin Baker sign some of Doctor Who comic books.
To El Lobo.
To El Lobo.
Is
or
that
Mr.
you?
Lobo.
Mr.
Yeah,
Lobo.
Mr. Lobo.
Hey,
yeah.
gringo.
Yeah. You know, we don't want it to be too ethnic, you know.
Yeah.
They might kick me off television.
He is loco.
Colin Baker, it is really a pleasure to talk with you.
A great pleasure to meet you as well. Thank you for your patience, because I kept making mistakes and they had to keep starting the camera again. If you believe that, you believe anything.
And thank you for your patience, and we will be seeing you in time and space, Doctor.
Why not?
Okay? Oh, sorry.
That's all right. I'm still rolling before it blows up.
Ah, boy. All right. This is Mr. Lobo signing off for creative continuity.
I don't know where to cut off.
I don't either.
Colin just kept making faces during it. If you tuned in a couple episodes ago, I believe we talked about this interview. But understanding that Mr. Stanley has famously said that everybody's podcast, is their first podcast. And assuming that this is your first podcast and you didn't listen to the last podcast, I'll reiterate the story. We had a lot of technical difficulties at this. He was our first interview of the day, and there was a lot of technical problems. And I actually forgot about this when I called. I know, Miss Mittens. I know. Please stop. Stop it. So, we had a lot of technical glitches. A lot of time the camera just shut off. The bit that you heard a little bit ago was, we were picking up right where we left off, and Lobo had if Disney, and then it's off again. You probably heard me giggling on mic here. Colin sitting there making faces. He was a very, very, he was a trooper. He dealt with it very well. I was hoping to find the bit where we were kind of making fun of the fact that the camera was shutting off and we were having technical difficulties, where Colin was talking about dealing with the BBC, and the BBC never has problems like that. Let's see here. Fill some space.
Clock.
All right, let's try this again.
Yes.
And action.
I think Doctor Who is a paternal figure, a father figure for a lot of people.
Really?
I didn't grow up with a man around the house, as you could probably tell.
I can.
And I think that, he was independent. He thought for himself. He was an iconoclast, and I think that that's an important thing to be sometimes, to sort of ignore what everyone else is doing and be your own man.
I've done that all my life. I truly have. If everyone says, oh, this is what you should do, that's what I've never done. So perhaps that's why I got cast in the part, because I think we should all do that. You only get one little, in the acres of time before and after we're on this planet. There's a lot of stuff that has gone by, and we are a blip, a tiny blip. So make that blip a big one. Do what you like, be who you are. Just respect other people.
Make your blip the biggest blip out there.
Yep.
I did that from this side of the camera.
Yeah, you're a blip, Paul. We all know it.
Back on course.
Are we back?
Back on course.
All right, wonderful. Excellent. Are we doing it now?
Yeah, we're good.
We're not.
No, we're good.
We don't have to go all the way back to my dad, do we?
Please, before it does it again.
Anyway, at the moment we're here in Philadelphia, having a great time, meeting all the fans. Look at them. Look at them all.
Incredible.
We have to do a cutaway shot there.
Yes, all these.
Look at all these guys on a Friday evening who've left work and come to see us. There's a guy there from Flash. There's some people over there from Star Wars.
from Star Trek, from something with a lot of Power Rangers in it.
Sure, but I think that's Power Rangers that has a lot of Power Rangers.
There's more Power Rangers than anything else in this room. And they're very popular as well.
Incredibly popular, and
Yeah.
I think for different generation, obviously, than
I
me.
think I should be a Power Ranger. Don't you think I've got the physique for it?
I think you do. You could be the acid wash burgundy ranger.
I could be the one that they drop on people to make them submit.
We're gonna drop the Baker bomb.
Well, yeah, that was totally the bit where they were talking about the BBC. Wow. Yeah. Oh, look at the time. It's time for a commercial break. Hey, Google! Is it time for the commercial break?
Sorry, I'm not sure how to help.
What do you know? Stay tuned to the show.
Too bad. Poor man. But it's his own fault. We warned him. We told him to close his eyes when he heard this sound during the running of the motion picture, The Telltale Heart, Edgar Allan Poe's classic tale of terror. Look, are you squeamish? Then be honest with yourself. Close your eyes and don't look at the screen until this sound stops. There's a good reason for this warning. You see, you take the chance of forever hearing the telltale heart in your nightmares. He hasn't stopped screaming in 2 weeks. The Telltale Heart. Coming soon to this theater.
What do you mean? What do you mean you're not going to be able to make it? What? Carry on, but. All right. Catch you later. All right. Bye. Well, apparently I'm going to be finishing this out. I'm going to be coming in to the. None of that sounded good. Welcome back to the thingamabout. The podcast show starring Mr. Lobo. Going through some footage here. Maybe they'll make them to the YouTube page. Maybe they won't. I wasn't aware that these files were fractured so bad. I was going through a few of them during the commercial break and while I was on the phone with Lobo. Wow. I mean, just a lot of camera shutdown and a lot of behind the scenes life. If they do make it, they'll be on the website on the YouTubes at youtube.com/bestowtv or bestow.tv #plugged. Lobo and I are also talking about the possibility of making these I have a term that's called bite-sized creative continuity. Where they're just kind of a little bit more abbreviated, and Lobo and I have been talking about maybe putting some of these onto Cinema Insomnia. You can find Cinema Insomnia at cinemainsomnia.com. Trying to find some more stuff to fill some air. How about this little nugget?
Okay.
Ready and action.
This is Mr. Lobo at the great Philadelphia Comic-Con for Creative Continuity, and I'm here with Veronica Taylor, who is probably most well known as the voice of Ash Ketchum.
That's right. That's right.
Which is a great character, I would think, to be.
Yeah, I was on the show for the first 8 years, and it was an amazing opportunity. It totally changed my life in terms of kind of how I thought about life. It was really terrific, and I played Ash's mom and also May. So then I got to kind of I let myself go on a journey at 10.
That's
so.
amazing. You have so many different. You can do a lot. You were doing a New Zealand accent just before we started.
I do a lot of weird accents.
I mean, was this something when you were a kid? Were you always doing voices?
Yeah, actually. But I also started acting in plays when I was 5. So I've always been an actor, I guess. But I don't know, my family's actors too, so we're all a little kooky and just always doing something. And I really do love accents, so I'm always listening and trying to kind of figure it out. And
Did you ever try to did you ever record your voice on a little tape recorder as a kid?
I did, yeah. I would interview myself in my room with my little tape recorder. Yeah, which I think is pretty cool. Everybody needs to do that.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. Well, you're very charming in person.
Oh, wow, thank you.
And the thing about Ash Ketchum, which I always thought, because when a lot of characters similar to Ash in other shows are kind of irritating and grating.
You mean I'm irritating and grating, but I play a character who's not?
No,
or is it
no, and not either of those. What I'm saying is that it's those types, that archetype of that kind of character is often irritating, where maybe the kids can bear it, but the adults are ready to kill themselves.
With you. Yeah.
And Ash Ketchum does not have that quality. He's very likable, and your charm, I think, comes through.
Oh,
that
thank
character.
you. You know, I do think that Ash, in a way, is like he's every man. And that joy he has, and the that seeking his goals, and he's learning, as we all do watching the show, how to go after what he wants, but use friendship along the way, not step on the people to get what he wants, and all of that. I think it was part of the character, and it's kind of he comes from the heart, and so acting him comes from the heart too. So thank you. That's a lovely compliment.
Well, it's true. It's just a true statement.
So yeah, that's the Veronica Taylor. That actually might make the channel. This was recorded at a different day. We found out the camera card was the reason for all the glitches. So we ended up getting some good quality time with Veronica Taylor, and I believe we got some others as well that are usable. So I'm hoping a lot of this stuff is salvageable. But yeah, here's a little plug here. How about
For me.
I can't focus ever.
What? Yeah. So from myself and Ash Ketchum, creative continuity. I choose you.
Hashtag plug. So yeah, that's a little bit of a Veronica Taylor there. Any Pokemon fans out there? I know we're Mr. Lobo's fans are predominantly horror related. I mean, I guess we could imagine it being gory and stuff. Did I get you? No. All right. Let's see, what else do we have here? How about more crap, filling space. Hey Google, how do you record a less crappy podcast?
Sorry, I don't know how to help with that yet.
Neither do I. Let's see here. Oh, here's some footage of. Is there any So that was me recording some footage of Alan Tudyk and getting yelled at by his handler. You can hear a little bit there at the end. How about we do that one more time here? Yeah, there we go. I wish I recorded that a little bit longer. I was, I guess, riveting stuff. Behind the scenes, that's it. You want invisibility. You want behind the scenes. How more behind the scenes can this be? This is so far behind the scenes that there is just no Lobo whatsoever. This is a Lobo-free behind the scenes. If I thought of it longer, I would have come up with something wittier. But I suck tonight. So let's see here. How about Chu-Chi Ling practicing some kung fu moves?
Okay, Ben. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Hi. That was really short.
Action.
I know Video stuff works really well with audio. If only you could see what I'm seeing. Hey Google, sing "I'm a Little Teapot."
I'm a Little Teapot was recorded by Kate Higgins.
I'm glad you sung that perfectly on key. Here, this could be evil. Hey Lobo. Hey Lobo. Hey Google. Who is Mr. Lobo?
According to Wikipedia, Lobo, better known by his stage name Mr. Lobo, is an American artist and comedic actor best known as the horror host of the nationally syndicated American television series Cinema Insomnia.
There you go. Check that out. Google Home actually did something right and actually knew who Mr. Lobo was. I might have to bleep out the first name there, but hey, now you know. And knowing is 1/4 the Slapfest. Still filling some space. Here we go. Lobo studio footage. There has to be some good stuff in there. Please don't be porn. Please don't be porn. Here we go. Here's some stuff that we shot with Sleazy P. Ooh, there's some promo stuff I forgot about in here. Let's see what this is.
New York.
Yeah.
So your brain power just needs to get you through that middle part.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm ready.
Lobo directing Sleazy P.
Ready?
And action.
With Guar's subscription service, you get rare shows available absolutely. Okay.
With Guar TV's
subscription service, you get rare shows available nowhere else. Okay.
Okay. Guar TV ad. That's exactly what I was looking for. Oh, God, kill me.
Look at it is, when you first meet.
Shot of my foot. Awesome job. That's some awesome camera work that I've done. Monster Madhouse stuff. I really thought there was more video in the video category.
Action.
That was Night of the Living Dead. A good lesson in how a small community can come together and shock the world.
Awesome stuff. Riveting. Hey Google, what is Sleepless Nights podcast?
Sorry, I don't know how to help with that yet.
Oh, man. Hey Google, tell us more about Cinema Insomnia.
I like to search. What can I tell you about Cinema Insomnia?
Tell me a lot about Cinema Insomnia.
According to Wikipedia, Cinema Insomnia is a nationally syndicated American television series presented by horror host Mr. Lobo.
And there you go. How about this? Hey Google, what's BESTOW TV?
Sorry, I'm not sure how to help.
Typical answer. I get that all the time. So that sounds like some good final words to go out on. For a Lobo-free episode, this seems to have quite a bit of Lobo, oddly enough. Let's cue up some outgoing music here while I wind this down. And you have listened to the Wakeless mornings of Taco Tuesday. What's that, Miss Mittens? I hate to tell you, but I really don't understand one word that you're saying. I never did.
You have been listening to the Sleepless Nights podcast, or should we say, pODDcast.
pODDcast.
Emphasis on the odd. Our theme is by Mars Homeworld at Dead House Music. Our opening announcement is by Ophelia Necro. She does a radio show called Suicide Watch. And you could reach Mr. Lobo at cinemainsomnia.com or find me on YouTube, YouTube/Mr. Lobo, MISTERLOBO. Mr. Lobo on Facebook, Facebook/mr.lobo, or on Twitter at Mr. Lobo, MisterLobo.
Or you can find myself, Paul Sanders, or better known as BESTOW TV, at bestow.tv, on YouTube /BESTOW TV, on Twitter at BESTOWPROD, P-R-O-D, and on Facebook, BESTOW TV.
If you want to place an advertisement with this podcast, and gosh, why wouldn't you? We could be talking about you right now. Contact us, Mr. Lobo at cinemainsomnia.com. That's MRLOBO @CINEMAINSOMNIA.com. Or support us on Patreon. Patreon supporters get to hear this podcast before anyone else and a lot of other great stuff, right, Paul?
Sure.
Doesn't get it better than that, right? So come join the fun at patreons.com/cinemainsomnia. That's patreon.com/cinemainsomnia. Please stay up with us next week for another Sleepless Nights podcast. Or should we say, pODDcast.
Podcast.
The best thing about being an insomniac is never having to say goodnight.
Good night.